Friday Wrap Up is here, my people. Welcome. This is your host, Eclectic Enigma, and I just got to start off by telling you the world is a very sucky place. But we're going to get this thing rolling. As always, we're going to start Friday Wrap Up off with the Nilla Please Awards. The first recipient of the award is formerly known as Black actress Stacey Dash. She has some thoughts on Black History Month, the BET Awards, and all that kind of stuff, the Oscar boycott. So let's see what she had to say.
I think it's ludicrous.
Why?
Because we have to make up our minds. Either we want to have segregation or integration. And if we don't want segregation, then we need to get rid of channels like BET and the BET Awards and the Image Awards, where you're only awarded if you're black. If it were the other way around, we would be up in arms. It's a double standard.
So you say there shouldn't be a BET channel?
No, I don't think so, no. Just like there shouldn't be a Black History Month. You know, we're Americans, period. That's it.
So, formerly known as Black actress Stacey Dash, no BET, no Black History Month? So, are you going to give BET their money back and King their money back? Maybe, just maybe, if you researched a little bit and you understood why BET came to be, you would understand how Raven Simone you sound. Don't go Raven. Never go full Raven. BET exists for the same reason that blacks want to boycott the Oscars. So, formerly known as Black actress Stacey Dash, please stop letting your art imitate life.
Nilla, please!
The next Nilla Please award goes out to a guy incorrectly categorized as a rapper. His name is Future. According to Hip Hop DX, Future does not use drugs, but he raps about them because it's a catch. So I want to give big ups to Hip Hop DX for even knowing what the heck Future is saying, because I still don't. I mean, Future sounds like a ferocious hedgehog spanking his monkey while talking into a ceiling fan. Maybe it's just me that feels that way. I'm fine with that. My personal belief is, Future, you have no business profiting off of talking about drugs and corrupting the young youth so you can line your pockets and sit up and tweet at Sierra all day. I see where y'all didn't work out. You're part of the rap community that sucks, has no talent, and is corrupting our youth. I hope a pack of wolf spiders has an orgy in your throat while you sleep, so we don't have to hear anything else from you.
Nilla, please!
The next award goes out to Scholastic for publishing a book called A Birthday Cake for George Washington, written by Raman Gaintram. The book depicts George Washington's slave, chef known as Hercules, making a birthday cake all happy and elated for Mr. George Washington. So after much backlash of happy slaves baking birthday cakes, cake, the book got pulled by Scholastic. Gaintram defended the book by saying, unlike many books that feature historical characters that are spun from a creator's mind, A Birthday Cake for George Washington tells the story of a real American named Hercules, George Washington's enslaved, keyword enslaved, chef. He was a man renowned for skill and a man respected by President Washington, a man who lived with pride and dignity. So this birthday cake making slave had pride and dignity? She went on to say that she researched Hercules for 4 years and blah, 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 blah. So he spent 4 years studying a slave chef, and you chose to depict him smiling and happy while baking a birthday cake for George Washington. This same slave escaped from slavery. So how happy was he exactly? I'm also shocked it took you 4 years to put out a book about a happy slave making a birthday cake for George Washington, and you got it all wrong. He ran away. How happy was he? Think about that while you're laying on your pillow, thinking about your book that got pulled.
Nilla, please!
And the last Nilla Please award goes out to Sarah Palin for being alive. First, she endorses Donald Trump, and then her PTSD son gets arrested on domestic violence charges, and she decides to blame President Obama. No, the president isn't to blame. Blame yourself for teaching him to see Russia from your house. Blame yourself for naming him Track. What kind of name is Track Palin? That name was probably what prompted him to steal some liquor when he was 16 and do a whole lot of vandalism and then cut the brake lines on a school bus. You know, the incident that caused him to go into the military to begin with? But you're right, Sarah. It's just Obama's fault.
Nilla, please!
Next, we get into the meat of Friday Wrap Up. I want to know why it seems that Some blacks believe that we as black people can't spend more than one plate at one time. What do I mean by that? Well, you got some people wanting to boycott the Oscars. You got some people wanting justice for Flint. You got some people wanting justice for another unarmed black getting killed. You got some people wanting to help Detroit in the school crisis that's going on up there. And then there's some people that want... Well, basically, you get the idea. Everybody wants to do one thing. My people, we can be multifaceted. We really can. We can boycott the Oscars. We can help Flint. We can help Detroit school systems. We can fight police brutality and much more. What we need is better plans of action. And what do I mean by that? Let me give you an idea that I came up with. Let's start with the Oscars since it's the low man on the totem pole. Some might say the Oscars is a rich people thing. Well, one day I want to be rich too, so let's also help that out. We can all boycott the Oscars, but we need one person to watch it. What this one person needs to do is write down each and every advertisement and company that was on during the entirety of the Oscars. Why the companies that are advertising during the Oscars? Well, they paid $1.8 to $2 million per 30-second slot to be affiliated with the Oscars and be able to brainwash people into buying their crappy products. We boycott each and every company that spent money to advertise on the Oscars. And we boycott them until they match those same exact funds with help to Flint and Detroit. See where I'm going here? After they give aid to Flint and Detroit, they also have to issue a public statement that states something like, well, Oscars, we will not be giving you any more ad money until you guys figure out how to diversify. So we have to make this idea meaningful, okay? We can't just say we're going to boycott stuff and not let them know we're actually boycotting it in some kind of way. We have to make it go viral. So the idea behind that is every time that we were going to buy a product that's on the list of companies that were going to advertise of companies that did advertise, then what we're going to do is upload a video or photo of us buying a competitor's product and say, well, my money's going here because Blake decided they wanted to put an ad on the racist Oscars. Sounds like a good idea to me. We can hashtag that with Black Dollars Boycott. The next thing we do is we get Cher to put a list online of the bottled water companies here in the United States of America that would not help her provide aid to Flint, Michigan.
It's also today the first shipment of almost 200,000 bottles of fresh water came into the city, paid for by the legendary entertainer Cher, who calls the situation a tragedy. Cher has been tweeting her disgust about what's happened in the city and how it's been ignored. And she's reached out to Icelandic Glacial, the water company, to get some help. And Cher joins us now by phone. Cher, thank you so much for joining us. Entire community just at a standstill waiting for help. And it took someone like yourself to contact this water company, this water bottle company, and say, let's do something. That it was coming from civilians like yourself, celebrity or not. These are the people who have been stepping up.
Well, also, it wasn't that easy. Thank God they came because, they're not even an American company. I went to American companies and I couldn't get the help that I needed. And, I'm not used to doing, I am actually used to doing these kinds of things, but not in this kind of way. So it's like Michigan is no longer a democracy.
The entire list of bottled water companies that did not give her any help, we do not buy the bottled water. And this boycott will be forever. You know why? Because there's no reason at all that they can give us as to why they wouldn't help Cher get bottled water to Flint, Michigan, especially with what's going on in Flint, Michigan with the water crisis. Do you see how when we have a better plan, or a plan is formulated, at least, that we can make a difference? You see how something like this will not be hard? Now here comes the hard part. We can talk about it, but are we going to be about it? I mean, we sit up and take selfies and Snapchat videos and Vine videos and all of that. Are you willing to put a competitor up there and say, hey, I bought this instead of buying this product that was on the Oscars? Are you willing to forgo buying Fiji water because they didn't help Cher out when she was trying to help Flint? Boycotting only works if you're hurting somebody's pocket. So we can stand in lines and stop traffic and bring attention to stuff, but until we start hurting pockets, it's only going to put a dent in what we really need to do. So let me know, sound off in the video, what you think about the idea. Also, before we go, I want to talk about Macklemore. Macklemore dropped a song called White Privilege 2. If you have not heard it, I recommend you give it a listen to. It's a very deep song, in my opinion. With that said, I don't understand what the backlash is from some of the black community about Macklemore dropping this song. I mean, you bitch about Caucasian people not speaking out against injustice and police brutality and privilege. And then when one does, you calling him an attention getter, or he doesn't mean it, or he's just trying to sell some records. Did you actually listen to the song? Because I feel like those of you that are saying those things are part of the problem. He put his soul into that song, and if you actually listen to it, you would see what I'm talking about. I mean, he will help some people be able to see a little clearer, and then he'll probably help some closet racists come out. Both is a win, if you ask me. I also feel like him speaking doesn't mean he was trying to get our validation, or we needed his validation of events that have been going on for it to mean something. Yes, we have been talking about it forever, but we got somebody to get it, and they spoke about it. And isn't that what we want in the end? Think about it. And that's Friday Wrap Up. Once again, this is your boy Eclectic Enigma. You can follow me, like the YouTube channel, and share the video. I'm really interested to get these boycotts started for real. I'll let you do it.